actually talked about on the headlines, and it's about women's football, Nigeria Women's Football League. I mean, the whole lot of the team managers are really not happy with the fact that we talked about the fact that some clubs are actually kind of smuggled in. You know, clubs that we first were relegated were like, okay, we saw 18 teams. They're like, was it supposed to be 18? We could have had 14 or even 16, but we could have had 14 because if 4 were down, then it's 14 you have. But right now we have 18 teams and all that, and some of the team managers were not really happy at the Congress. So they felt the Congress that they had was actually not a really Congress because so many irregularities happened at that. We'll be talking with the Secretary General much later on the program. But first, let's just get to listen to this interview from the Rivers Angels team manager, Matilda Oyeloha. She's really not happy with what happened at the Congress on Friday.
In fact, what are we crying for? What are we shouting? What is the point they are saying Female League is dying, they want to restructure when we keep doing the wrong thing at every season? 3 seasons now, no relegation. What are we showcasing to the world? What do we want? Which sponsor will come into a league like this from 12 to 18? As I'm talking to you, there's no fund anywhere. We all understand who will run those teams. What is the guarantee that these teams can even be able to register? Talk about to execute the league. They did the first mistake. Align Pelican Stars with Directed Pelican Stars back into the league. After the rules say when you miss at least 3 matches, you're relegated. Pelican missed more than 5 matches. So and when they brought Pelican Stars back, and there's no way you could also relegate Taraba because he also missed number of games. So Taraba was also a soft back. But we got into the Congress, they've set the Predator, they placed the joint, and you were going 14. Before we knew, of course, you started doing the wrong thing. Martin White stood up, went to the table, said they agreed no relegation. FC Robo also made his own noise. And then before we knew, they asked us to add those 2 teams. Please, NFF, save Nigerian football. Give us an independent body. Go out there. There are quality consultants in Nigeria. There are good companies that can come to the aid of female football. Bring them. Let them come. Even if it's 1 season or 2. Once they stabilize the league, yes, you cannot come back to say, come and continue, which means there's a structure already. There are things that have been put in place already. So all we are begging is, NFF, please, we beg of you, don't let this weeping baby die. Female league, we are crying. We want them to step in, look for somebody, go out there, shop for the best pants, and let them come and rebrand and restructure our league.
Let's go to Abuja. The Executive Secretary of the Nigeria Professional Women's League, Ayo Abdurrahman, will join us now to talk more about decisions taken at the AGM and ways we can develop women's football in Nigeria. Good morning and welcome to the program.
Good morning, please.
Okay, good to have you. Good to have you join us. Talk to us. We've just listened to Matilda, the team manager of Rivers Angels. She doesn't like some of the decisions taken at the last AGM. What are the ways do we intend to change women's football in Nigeria to give it good following?
Okay. Yes. The Nigeria Women League, you see, has a lot of challenges. And the reason why there's a lot of the new changes that you are seeing is intended to rebrand the league. And when you are rebranding, we are faced with some challenges that you have to give in and give out in some cases. And we hope that by the time we finish this 2015-2016, you have cause to make a reasonable, vision on what we have done so far.
Okay, now, why were those 4 teams actually brought in? Was there a particular reason for that?
Yes, I'm new in that Women League, as you may know. I just came in, and as I told you, there are some challenges. And in the process of this restructuring, we were informed that in the Congress they held last year, it was agreed that there will be no relegation because of the challenges facing them. So when we look at it, technically we will not have accepted, but in the process of restructuring, because there are some irregularities that was observed at the end of last year, which if we want to be fair to all, for us to start on a clean slate, let us give them a chance. And you will see that the truth will come out after the season.
Okay, what are the possibilities that these teams who couldn't honor away games can do that this season? Do they have the guarantee, I mean, the money and everything, that they can actually, travel?
Yes.
What's the guarantee that the clubs are given?
Yes, we have made our own efforts as the league head with the ad hoc committee in place, ad hoc on the governance structure. We have done sensitization because one of the requirements for participation in professional football is to participate in the making of rules. So we have embarked on that in Benin and Lokoja Center some 2 months ago to involve the clubs in the participation in the making of the rules. And so that for them to be aware, not that, because we condemn seriously the issue of walkovers and co, because it's not a good feature when you look at a serious league. So they have promised, and they have promised to make a letter of undertaking before the season to assure us that none of them will miss any match.
Okay, does that mean if we have more than 3 walkovers this season, those clubs will also be relegated, or will stick with what you guys decided at the Congress?
No, it will be automatic by the rules. We keep by the rules. Once a club cannot keep by its promise and the rules as implied, we will apply it.
Okay, if you look at the men's league, the league management company, they're doing so much to ensure that the welfare package is improved. They ask for, financial guarantee. Are we doing the same for the ladies? Because if a team cannot honor a home league match, what's the guarantee that they're even paying their players?
Yeah, I have told you. You see, it's not an excuse that I am new, but we have emphasized this during the sensitization on the rules and players' contracts. One of the challenges I met is players' contracts. That is one of the things that is causing most of the problem and disputes in the league. There was no proper contract before I got to the Women League. And we have developed one, and all the players are entitled to a copy of what they signed. I think before you talk about it, there must be an agreement. And let me tell you, in the past, there was no agreement. So the thing is that you can even see movements of players without due recourse to even inform the whole team before moving to the new team. So these things are part of the restructuring that we are undergoing now.
Now, Matilda talked about, I'm talking about the team manager of Rivers Angels. She talked about the fact that she wants Nigerian Football Federation to actually give the league an independent body. How possible is that?
That is policy matter, and you see, part of the move by the federation to do that, so that it will make a replica of what we have in LMC, is why there's a restructuring committee that is ongoing to recommend. They are studying the present structure, and they are to recommend back to federation on the way forward. That is the possible structure that will give a rebranding, and again, that will bring corporate partnership. Not because for you to talk about welfare, there must be corporate partnership with the clubs. And this partnership is what can bring money that makes it easy for them to fulfill their agreement.
Okay, so tentatively the league will start 21st of May, right? No postponement, nothing.
That is, no, there will be no postponement by God's grace.
And all the clubs have, all the clubs, yes, they've registered for this season?
Not all the clubs. In Premier League clubs, we have 13 clubs that have paid for their registration so far. And because of that was why we move it a bit forward for confidence, because of this cry for economic situation. So we want to believe that football does not wait for anybody. Any club that is serious will carry on with the season.
Okay.
They are able to meet up with the requirements, yeah.
Thank you so much, Ayo Abdurrahman, for making our time to speak to us on the show. Thank you.